I don't know why, but you are watching the Madness Comic Network. Are you mental?
Welcome to Based on a True Story, Volume 6, Tales of the Underworld, where true crime collides with the furry, funny, and fierce world of the Dust Bunny Mafia. This brand new 32-page comic reimagines real mafia legends, Mad Dog Cole, John Gotti, and more, through the eyes of our animal mobsters. Think The Godfather meets Looney Tunes, packed with action, humor, and full-color storytelling.
The Madness Comic Network and comic-related madness proudly presents Madness Tuesday Morning Brew. Tune in to our content on Comic Talk with Pops Van Zandt on YouTube.
Good morning. I'm here to drink your tears this morning. Delicious. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are all well. It's freaking freezing out there and gross and rainy and gray. So it's a great day to stay inside, drink coffee, and be a burrito. Like, for real. Let's just be burritos today. I'm going to pull my hoodie on and just stay warm and cozy. This is how we're doing the show today. What do you think? Yeah? No? No, let's not. Okay. Thank you everybody for being here. I want to show you where we are on Path of the Pale Rider. Whew! It was a rough week last week. Let's be honest. We're gonna have a Karen moment. Let's be honest. It was rough. But we still got 10 days left, and this is usually when things start to pick up again. And so 96 backers, 4 more backers unlocks that poker card. Doesn't matter the dollar, doesn't it can be $1, it can be $5, it doesn't matter. But I mean, hopefully we're finding people that generally like our story. If you're just coming across us and you don't know who we are, Path of the Pale Rider is a comic book series where death has been broken. Your body can die, but your soul doesn't leave your body upon death. And we're on the quest with a cowboy who is like the last guy still looking for the answer. And we have undead everything, including bears, bugs. We had a last issue, we had a whole swarm of blister beetles. That was a bad day. So say that 3 times fast. Bears, bugs, blister beetles. And we're kicking off issue 6 in Camp Cadaver. And so I, you know, I wish I could tell you so much about these first 4 pages, but I'm not going to because I don't want to spoil anything about what you're seeing here. But there is a character that you've met before right on this first page. Oh, that's a secret. But this is a dangerous place for Jude and Dwayne to be in. Surrounded, there's just the undead, and uh this crispy guy gives this whole explanation about the camp and how it's is ruled by the bandito Miguel Blanco. You will come to find out that this guy is an urban legend, that people don't think he exists because of all the stories that go along. And, you don't know if they're fiction or not. But here is Miguel Blanco in all his gory glory. He's missing a couple fingers. He's missing half of his ear, and he's blind in one eye. And there's something funny I'm doing with his name. So Miguel Blanco is Spanish for the color white, and of course he is wearing all black like the bad guy. So he sees things in 2 ways, in ultimatums. It's black or white. That's this character, especially with his 2 eyes, the one seeing eye and the unseeing eye. This guy doesn't have any in between. It's hard to reason with someone who doesn't see anything except for black and white. So we have a collector here. She's wearing the uniform. What is she doing out this far? That's a great question. Did they kidnap her? Where is she from? Right. And of course, she's not giving him the answers that he's looking for. And out she goes. So I love just this moment where it's just like she pulls the knife out and she's looking at it just in horror. And he was like, well, you're not supposed to pull it out. You just bleed out fast. What a jerk. That's my, dark sense of humor there. And so, and again, he's like, clean her up, man. She's not dead. She's undead. And now she's going to be assimilated into this camp. In other words, she has now switched sides. She went from being a collector. I think that's such an interesting concept of someone that used to collect the undead to now being surrounded and in the camp of the undead. You'll see her again in this story and how hopefully she assimilates to the camp. Will she? I don't know. But Miguel Blanco now has Jude and Dwayne in his sights. And I'm in danger is what plays in my head. It was like Ralphie from The Simpsons. You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like sitting on the bus giggling and says, I'm in danger. Bears, bugs, and blister beetles. Oh my. It's amazing. So much happens in this issue. And again, I'm so excited to be this far into the story because this sets up the next explosive issue. So if you guys aren't on board yet, we've dropped the link a few times. It's a great chance to get caught up. If you've fallen off somewhere in here, because again, this is our 7th campaign. So there's a ton of people that maybe got to 4 and then something happened or they missed it. So 5 and 6 are moving us forward in the story, and it's a great time to hop on. You will not be disappointed in where this is going. Number 7 is the big one. It's the big one. I'm gonna have trouble next campaign containing myself because of all the stuff that we're going to unleash upon you in issue 7. If you haven't seen our GIF, we got a GIF where it kind of goes through all the previous issues so you can see where we started and where we are now. I love this because it's like, again, you can see Marco DeFeo, his art, and then it goes into Gilbert's art with issue 5 and now issue 6. I love it. I love seeing my characters come to life, you know? And guys, I don't know if this was up here last week, but I wanted to show you there's a ton of original art. Hey, Keith. It's on the campaign. And so if you get issue 6, and you can pick what cover you want. We have a few different covers. In the add-ons, there's all the previous issues. And so, like, if you're going to start from scratch, if you haven't gotten any yet, we have catch-up tiers. Whoops, way too far. So we have a couple catch-up tiers. This one right here. And of course, I laugh because I call them ketchup and mustard. So the mustard tier is the trade paperback plus 5 and 6. So if you want to do physical that way, if you like the trade paperbacks, you can do that. Or if you wanted to hop on the individual issues, and again, both of these include the PDF, which drops first. So that's how I prefer to read and to back, is I get the PDF first. I read that, I binge read it, and then when the physical comes out and I get it, that's when I go back and I reread. You have the smell of the book, the sound of the pages turning, the feel of the paper. And that's when I look for all the Easter eggs and that's the slow read through. So you get both of those. It just depends on if you want to do the individual issues or do you want to do the mustard tier. Let's say you have issues 1 through 4 and you just want 5 and 6. My recommendation is that you back issue 6 on any of these beautiful covers, and then you can add on an issue 5 in the add-on. So you can get caught up that way. I also want to show you guys the plethora of add-ons that are here because we have a ton. And so if you're getting caught up in the books, you might want to get caught up in the poker cards too. So like here's just the physical. Like you can get just a physical, no digital if you choose to do that for $10. But you can get all the poker cards that we've previously released because we're going to continue doing poker cards. But we have iron-on patches, we have stickers, we have prints, acrylic pins, money bags, koozies. Here's the button pack. These are super cool. There's just a ton of stuff. But look here's issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, 4, and 5. And so if you're only missing a certain one, here's where you do that. So you go right into here when you get your reward, and then you pick out which one you're missing. There's a ton of add-ons, you guys. The other one I highly recommend is this Choose Your Own Path. That is the Choose Your Own Adventure book. Here, this one right here. And this is a manga-sized, hey, you're welcome, dude. Anytime. It's a manga-sized book size, but you still read it like American style, or it's left to right. And but you put on the hat and boots. You get to make decisions in this world, which is super cool because it's a rough place, and you see how long you survive. You run bounties in the West, and I kill you off in the most ingenious ways. Gruesome, exhilarating, and then you get to do it again. So you just go back and you do it again until you win. I have to update these pictures. These have both been claimed, of course. Oh, I made a new mug. I'm not going to release until next issue, though, because I only want to I'm not trying to go into the mug business, I don't, right? But I have a yellow mug coming. I'll post a picture of it later today. Hey, John, what's up, man? And then you know what's funny? I don't have any live streams planned for this evening. So I think what I'm going to do is just go live and I'm going to work on binding books. I've had these books, sitting here looking at me. This is the one I'm doing for the campaign, is Jurassic Park. And I just haven't had time. I've been promoting, right? So I'm going to work on this. I have like another 4 books here too. So I'm going to give some shout outs to my friends over at Any One World. And so I have, this is Nathaniel Hicklin. This is Israel St. James. So this is like Indiana Jones with some magic in here. It's super cool. Look at how thick this book is. Amazing. And so I have some faux leather. I'm going to be working on. This one, that's the first time I'm going to work with faux leather. He gave me, I have 2 of these. So I'm going to experiment on my copy. So that way his copy is super nice. And I'm going to send one back to him. And then Bethany Perry, this is Reclamation. Hold on a second. Let me zoom in here. This is the zombie novel. And she has a series as well that's on Any One World. It's such a good series. And I've been really eyeing this one. So this was also my opportunity to get some new books that I can read from the writers that I've been talking to. So I'm going to rebind these as well. And I have ideas for this. But I love the fact that they send me 2. And that way I can rebind both. And then I'll ship one back to them when I'm done. So they get their own shelf candy. So I don't know why this keeps. Are you putting that up there or am I doing it? Sometimes I don't know. We have some swag bags. We got all sorts of good stuff. Oh, the hot sauce, you guys. I'm surprised that not too many people have gotten hot sauce this campaign. But I guess in your defense, if you got the 3-pack, which a lot of people did with issue 5, you probably still have some. So we'll probably do another run when we do issue 7. People will have run out. I think I will be making another batch of this. You know, have you guys? I need to send one of these to you, Pops. Here, come on the stage, Pops. I want to. Because this was so good. I really, really want to make some more, but jackfruits are just annoying, man. By the way, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, George. Appreciate it. I'm just going to stare at that for a second. Really want these poker cards, like really bad. Pops has walked away from the keyboard for a second. He is back there, but 4 more backers unlocks the next poker card. This is the one we unlocked this time. I want this as a tattoo. I put it on last campaign that if we broke 8,000 that I would get this. Of course we didn't, but I still want this tattoo. Maybe not with the spade behind it, but just like the skull and the splash. It's really cool. So this one is so close. You guys could push us over. And we did unlock. I know. This is my favorite. Every time Lou sees these, she posts a spade and a skull. So these, I just want to remind you, these stack. This indie PDF bundle, which we unlocked at 5,000. So every time we unlock another stretch goal, another bundle of these unlocks. And I'd have up to 20 to unleash upon you guys. So I got to change out a few things, but we did unlock this one. I don't think I sent an update, but we did unlock this one. It's the 3-inch holographic stickers of this big boy James, who's gorgeous. I'm having him modeled. Like someone's turning this into a statue and they're going to scan it. So I can do like 3D prints of this, which will be a lot of fun. So I'll unleash that on you next campaign as well. And now I don't know about you guys, or if you're listening in the chat, I need ideas of what fruit or vegetable to smash for this slice and dice. Because we've done watermelon, we've done pumpkin, we did a pineapple, and then the last one we did was a jackfruit. So I don't know if we just go back and we start over. Like, do we go back to watermelon? Because I feel like smashing a bunch of grapes is just anticlimactic. Right? Someone else had said smash a rotisserie chicken, but that seems kind of gross to me. A giant gourd? That's an idea. I'll have to see what's available giant gourd wise. I think that's probably more popular in the fall, but I see where you're coming from. Squash a squash. Oh, wait, I can show you guys something. Give me a second. Do you remember Von Fox? Our buddy Von Fox from a couple weeks ago? Let me show you guys. Von Fox, where are you? So on his series called Murder Face, we announced that we have like a crossover. So if you back our campaign and Murder Face, you can get these Valentine's Day cards, which are they're hilarious and beautiful. Let me see here. Where are you, Vaughn, in my chat? But also, his character carries here, let me show you. His character carries this weapon that's a baseball bat with a circular saw in it. Called a bat. He calls it the bat saw, right? Give me a second here. They made one. Him and his family, like it was a family affair. His dad, his daughter. Look at this, you guys. They made one. That's his dad. I think that's hilarious. Wait, where's the other one? Because he sent it. Yeah, this. Okay, so if I put this on the list of weapons, would you vote for this? I would. I would really like to use this to destroy something. Would be hilarious. And so this is up on the list of weapons for the slice and dice, but we got to get there first. But so he offered for me to use this. He is local. He and I are not too far away from each other, so we would just meet up somewhere and hand off. I hope I don't get pulled over with this in the trunk. That might be a conversation to have. Good morning. Yeah, look at the saw bat. Doesn't that look fun? We should do the slice and dice with that. So I'll be sticking this on the list. I'll be sticking that on the list of slice and dice shenanigans. But we still have to figure out what to smash. That's all. Right? At some point. Do. And then I've been showing off these scratch and sniff stickers. This morning I shared the art time lapse of the zombie flesh one. Gilbert, I love you, man. He just makes everything so much fun where, I'm like, I want to do scratch and sniff stickers. Yeah, see, I know. I'd vote for the giant pizza slicer bat. Absolutely. Maybe we smash a pizza, Lou. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that would be anticlimactic. It wouldn't really smash. It's already flat. We need something that will explode. I don't know. The bat, we could explode it with the bat, and then we could slice it with the saw. We'll have to figure it out. Anyway, so these scratch and sniff stickers are at 65. Oh, man, we got to get there, you guys. I really, really, really want to make these. And the beer scent, the barbecue sauce, the zombie flesh, I will probably send in a small plastic bag because I don't want your comic book to smell like it smells disgusting. And I know you want to know what it smells like. So they're on their way. Hopefully we get there. We haven't broken 7 yet, but this is so cool. I would want this as a real tattoo anyway, but I feel like it would take some time. So temporary tattoos it is. We could slap that on. You could wear it for a week. It's super cool. And did I mention that there is a standalone short story? It's 8 pages of Big James just destruction. Yes. Big James running through buildings. Woo. Oh, Cosmic, thank you. Look, let's go look. We should be at 97. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, we're at 98, you guys. Amazing. Thank you. 2. We need 2 backers. That would be amazing. Oh, I hate this menu. Get out of here. So cool. So yeah, I just want to throw this out here too, you guys. Remember that there's beautiful sketch covers from Gilbert Perez. And this one is on, actually, they're on books. This one's on issue 4, the Spider-Man Venom Prince. And then these 2, yeah, one closer to the next pops. We need 2 backers. Woohoo! And then this one is also on issue 5. And you can get original art on 11 by 17 Bristol board, should that be your fancy. Eventually, when I am 95 years old and can retire, maybe I can afford to just buy all of Gilbert's art because I want it on my walls. That's the plan. Of course, we have the gorgeous, hey, Chris. Oh, yeah. Pops, you're just getting caught up. I already did all those. Glenn. Good morning, Glenn. Of course, there is an option to get a custom cover by Gilbert himself. You get to pick the character that goes on the cover. I really want to do that too. I don't know, man. There's so much stuff on here that's so good. Wooden covers. These turn out great. In fact, I just put together the next file. So I'm going to be going to the library at some point and cutting these. And then I'm going to be making 12 of the 4x6 laser cut ones of the Big Jude and the Vicious Big James. Like, those are going to be super cool. So, but having an actual wooden cover, super cool. These are a lot of fun to make too.
The wooden covers are badass.
They're super cool. I have like poker card size blanks too, so I could do something with those. I got to get more savvy with the software. I think I could do like wooden standees instead of acrylic standees.
You have small poker card size ones?
I do. I have poker card size. Who's calling me right now? Are you
There's
kidding
always
me?
that one guy. Maybe it's your guest. Help! I can't find you. Help!
I don't know who's calling me, but it's ringing on all my devices. Shush. I don't want to answer it. It doesn't even say who's calling. I'm just going to ignore it. Sorry, guys.
I ignore people all the time if I'm live. It's like, really? You're going to call me while I'm live? Come on, man. Go to the meg.tv, look at our schedule. You will know when we are live and when we are not, and you won't call us when we are live. It's really easy. It's really easy. We have a schedule. It's on the internet.
Now, I wanted to say real quick, I don't know if anybody has solved this riddle yet. This is the back of issue 5. This went out to everybody. I don't think it's that hard. I think you guys can figure this out right now. You know what I mean?
I've only looked at the first 2 issues. You know that. So
yeah, I know, but I always post these.
I know. I've only looked at the first 2 puzzles or anything because I want to do all this in order when I get to 7. You know that. I want to read them
7. Okay, at least you're only waiting until 7. Don't wait until 12. You'll be left behind.
Look,
and I don't want people to spoil 7. That's the thing. Like 6 is a big deal. Like, I don't want you guys to spoil it either, but 7 is just such a monster that if you guys spoil 7, you're going to be on the shit list. Like, don't spoil 7.
During issue 2, during the issue 2 campaign, when you started telling everybody about issue 7,
I did.
That's when I quit reading and wanted to wait till issue 7. You see, because you made it very clear that this is when shit happens. I don't want 3-4 months in between 6 and 7. I want to bang, 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 go through the whole thing at once.
Shit's been happening this whole time. I mean, for people that are reading, they know. Shit's been going down the entire time. I mean, like issue 1 with Big James, and that's where we start. And it just escalates from there. And so, like issue 3,
it's been fun.
Issue 4.
For me, though,
5.
like I said, I've been hiding from it.
I know. You're like, don't tell me.
I've been hiding. Well,
like,
I had so
Mr.
many.
Beatles?
I had so many ideas about what's going on, and so I was in your inbox all the time. I was bugging you. Can you imagine if I had read all the way?
It doesn't bug me. I like it because I like when people are like thinking deep about the story.
Well, that's what I mean. I was doing it right away. Can you imagine if I had been in your inbox through all these issues? You'd be so sick of me by now
like,
about this. You'd have just sent me 6 and 7 PDFs, so I'd shut the hell up, right? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying not to bug you too much, but at the same time, man, I want to read it all together. You know,
it's
you made a movie that your husband
did.
talked you into turning into a comic book.
Yes, that's
If it had
exactly
been a
what it
movie,
is.
if it had been a movie, I'd already have seen it all.
Gosh. Well, if it had been a movie, I don't know if we would have made it through the writer's strike because again, it was 2018. I would have been shopping it in 2020. It would have been, you know what I mean? Like it would have been around that time. Maybe it could have been before.
You still get to shop it after the comic book, though.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. When we get through the first 12 and we have like that good omnibus of all 12 in one book, that's when it's going out to, what do they call it? Query.
And that's when you make it very clear that you still have creative control over anything.
Yes.
So they don't try to change the ending on you, George R.
I know. Well, there's that. And then there's, I'm still I'm still going forward.
Yes.
So I'm not giving you the rights to my property because there's more story to tell,
Exactly.
So real quick, our guest is going to be here, guys. Don't take off. He's coming. There was just a miscommunication with the time zones, which happens sometimes. So I want to show you guys, there's a ton of campaigns that are live right now. So if you haven't gone, Carissa launched yesterday. So this one is in its, in the brand new, this is not even 24 hours yet. So she's at 50 backers. That's ripping and roaring. What's funny is she finally figured out what the max number of add-ons is that you can put on a campaign. It's 44.
That's because for her, everything's an add-on now. There's no stretch goals.
She has so many, right. And she has so many like cryptids, and then each one has a plushie, a sticker, a magnet. So she finally maxed out the add-ons. Throwing some love over to Brett Giuliano, based on a true story, 1 through 6 Tales of the Underworld. This is his love his mobbables.
Yes, it's furry mobsters. It's furry mobsters. And if we ever find somebody that cosplays as a furry monster, we're definitely going to interview them.
They can come on the Karen show. She's itching to meet a furry. So yeah. This one, again, is funded. He funded in the first 24 hours. So it's ripping and roaring. This one's, I got a deck of cards from him. It was super cool. Ray Cal. Oh, this one looks great.
Keith says the tier max is 100. He found out the hard way.
Apparently,
that's a hell of a lot of work on a campaign, man. Jeez.
Did you have 100 tiers? Oh my God. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot of work, for real.
That's crazy. And this is my friend Doran. Doran is cool as hell. I personally have the first 2 of this series. They are awesome. This series is on the level with Laurie and Carissa. You guys just check it out. You will like it. I promise.
Yeah, I have to check this one out too. I mean, like, Templar priest stands between a demon king, its treasured prize, and a cursed town, influences Ghost Rider, Constantine, and Hellboy. Those are all things that I like, right?
Yes.
So it's that supernatural world. Ooh, look at that.
Dude, I'm telling you, the covers are badass.
Doesn't this look familiar, guys? Oh, no.
It's bad. And Doran did that cover himself. He was drawing that one on the draw stream.
Wow.
We got to watch that one come to life. So,
cool.
Yeah, there it is. And he does not part with his own art. He is putting that cover original art up on this campaign. And Doran never gives up his art.
Wow.
So that's very rare, one of a kind type thing. If you get that piece of art, ain't too many people out there got Dorans.
Gotcha.
You know?
And then, of course,
enjoyed the Dust Bunnies. Yes.
Yeah, the Dust Bunnies. Exactly. My friend Chad Perkins is live as well. Right. If you just want something just ridiculous, this is he did it last night on Carissa's show. I made him do it. But this is a detective / fisherman out for revenge, hunting the pike that killed his father. And
Yes.
it's just like the second one looks ridiculous. They go to a fish strip joint. So the strip joint has fishy tits. How
Seafood.
should I say? I'm
Seafood.
you get to see the seafood, like jellyfish and weird fishies with boobs.
Do the
It's
lobsters take
hilarious.
off their shell?
Oh no, that's a great question. And he created this thing, which is a Cthulhu. So I was laughing at this too. I was like, if you don't make that a plushie, God help you. But it's a lot of fun. So my friends, there's a ton of stuff out there in the indie world that's not reboots, rehash, recycle, sequel, prequel bullshit. Bullshit. Sorry, I'm swearing a lot today. But I mean, like, look at this. Come on. How ridiculous.
What's up, Matthew?
Oh, hi, Matthew.
I'll say, okay,
know what?
so
I just
there's
had to-
people stripping. It's not seafood stripping. How is
Sometimes
it when
it's
you get
people.
lobster outside the shell.
Well, I don't know if this is canon. This is, of course, it's a cover, so I don't think Ginger actually strips in the. I'm not sure, but Yasi Bear. I don't know if he strips in there either, but that's freaking hilarious. And what is this? What is this?
It's a lobster watching. That's why I was asking if there's lobster stripping. See, it's like,
Oh my goodness! So
Gotcha.
again, it's just a silly, fun time. I named this octopus for him. I was like, that octopus's name is Cha Cha. You have no choice. He was like, oh, let's see. He's a perfume salesman, and his name is Cha Cha.
mhm.
Amazing. So yeah, but he's already funded too. So this one went a lot quicker for him than the last one, which is great. So that's of course what we want to see is growth. Oh, my friends. What else could we talk about? Wait, I got something to open. Let's do that. Speaking of Carissa.
Yeah, I opened mine on
Did you?
the show-offs on Sunday.
Where is my knife? Sharp knife, shiny knife. Come on, you. Here we go. Oh, which one is it? I think this one's the Western.
Yeah. Like I said, I opened mine on Sunday during the draw stream, or not the draw stream, the show-offs. Because what better place to show off a book than the show-offs, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
I might not do comic-related unboxings anymore. I might just make them all
Part of the show-offs.
part of the show-offs.
Yeah. Oh, you got that cover. Okay. I got the pin, the Wendigo pin. He's
I
so
always
cute.
get
He's
the
my
A cover.
favorite.
I
You always
get
do the A
the
cover?
Unless somebody sends me something special,
Oh,
I order the A cover always.
yeah. I got the Wendigo Virgin cover. It's so cool. That Wendigo is my
It's
favorite.
not that I don't like all the variants, but I believe in supporting the artists that did all the real work on the inside too.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
there's that.
and buying their cover. Now, like I said, I have a lot of people that send me extra variants and stuff, and I appreciate
Mhm.
those. But when I'm buying, I always try to buy the A cover to support the artist who did the work.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. The E-cover is always my favorite too. That's the one I usually keep. So.
Not always my
These are
favorite.
shiny. Look how shiny these are. These are great. Metal.
Not always
metal
my
cover.
favorite, but always the one I buy.
Oh, okay. All right. I understand you. Yeah. Ooh, it's nice.
I also want you. Did you notice way down at the bottom of her campaign page
What?
the thank yous?
Oh.
We very much were mentioned, you and I.
Oh, yeah. I think she does that every campaign.
I don't know. I'm going through it and I see,
Yeah.
a
She does
special,
this.
a huge special thank you, and I'm like, the comic related men.
Close.
And,
Yeah, that's us.
that's the way I'd rather people say it to the whole group. It's not just me.
Yeah.
It's everybody on the network, everybody in the group, all the fans. It's everybody. And I appreciate that, the way she worded that, And even though there's down lower, it's thank you, Pops and Laurie and Doc and everybody. That giving love to the whole group, I appreciate that, because that's really what it is. It's everybody. It's not me. I'm nobody without all those other people.
Look.
You see what I'm saying? I'm nobody without all those other people. So,
Yeah, that's a good point. We are all a part of a whole. We need that. We need that community. I do.
I'm just a comic fan without the group and the network and everything, right?
Yeah, that's true. And that's me too. I'm just a creator, but you can live in a void. You can just be by your lonesome. Oh, my other pin fell off.
Now, for those of you who don't know, there is a Laurie Calcaterra coffee cup on the megtv.store that actually has Laurie holding up the cup with the tears of a reader. So if you want that image on a coffee cup, you can get it right now. What's up, George? George Wood. George.
What's this? S George. Yes. So I'm gonna put I got the Wendigo. I got all her buttons, all her pins. I can't remember where I got that one from. I got an Avalon pin. What's this one?
We are the world. We are the nerdy.
Of course, I got my own pins on here. I got the POTPR Big James on there.
How come I don't have that one?
How come you don't have that one? You should have it. Well, it's probably one of them you haven't opened, because this was a stretch goal.
No, I've opened them all. I just haven't read them.
What? Then you should have one, because that was a stretch goal. It went out.
I don't have that pin.
I don't know how that happened.
Just that diamond shaped one, Big James.
Yes.
One. I do not have that. It would be on my hat. It would be right on the fucking front of my hat if I had.
Well, what happened?
Right on the front.
I sent him out. So, this is a big pin. Damn. He's got two.
And
two
this
points.
means the most. This means the most.
That's
this
awesome.
is why we do this. The only reason Lou says she's drawing and painting again is because of shows like this. And if we're inspiring people to do stuff they love, I'll do it for free forever.
Yeah. My duty pin fell off too. It got stuck. The duty got stuck in my hair. It's funny. So the little rubber back got stuck in my hair when I took my hat off, and duty fell to the floor.
You're going to run out of room on the hat really fast.
Yeah.
You need a vest, an old vest? Western style vest that you can put all your pins on, right?
Yeah.
And wear it like armor.
Oh no, I got to show you what I'm working on. I don't know when I'm gonna get this done, but it's an idea. Go to Amazon. Let me show you guys my plans for this. Not that. Where?
I was thinking I might transfer all my pins to my vest, and then just put the featured pin of the month or whatever on the front of the hat. That's
an idea.
Right?
Switch them
and
out.
Then have all the rest of them on my vest, because I have 100 of them now at least, right? So
this is a bandolier, which you can wear in lots of different ways, like a this, right, or like a this. And then let me show you guys what I'm planning. I
love the shotgun shell ones; those are awesome.
You have to get the shotgun shell ones, because then I am going to have little bottles of hot sauce. Shoved in the bandolier.
Oh
I
man, if you
think
could
that
like
would
put,
be
if you could
awesome.
like have 12 gauge and printed on the top of the cap, that would be
I mean, these look like they're about the right size to
yeah,
fit in there.
they do.
Because I was looking to see if they made, because I've seen people with bandoliers with bottles like those mini bottles of hot sauce, and I
Mhm.
could not find. Let me show you guys, because I was on Amazon looking for like mini hot sauce bottles, just empty ones, so I could fill them myself. But the mini size is what I'm sending is the 5-ounce size. Um, the smallest ones I could find are already filled with hot sauce. I forget what brand it is. I was hoping it would pop up. Do mini hot sauce bottle.
Oh no, wait
Did
till
you
I
find
show
it?
you. Hold up, no, I found something
What?
better.
You what?
I mean, it won't work for that, but it will work for something else. Hold on, let me show
Oh,
you.
what's that? Are there
They're
bottles? They're
shotgun shell
shotgun shells?
stash boxes.
Oh,
You can open them up and put stuff in them and
that's
close them back
amazing.
up.
That would be fun. But like, look at this one. Look at these. Okay, this is the size I was looking for. These tiny
Right?
little bottles would fit in that bandolier,
Yeah.
but I can't find just these empty bottles. So if anybody finds these empty bottles, it looks like they're 3.7 milliliters. I don't know if they will fit. They still seem kind of wide. They're wider than a shotgun shell, don't you think?
Yeah, probably a little bit wider. I don't know though. When he shows it holding, there you go, right there. It's less than an inch in diameter.
Is it?
Yeah, because you
No,
can
it's got to
see.
be more.
I'm saying that bottle is less than an
Oh
inch.
yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, when I looked up that bandolier, I think like I had to go Google the size of a shotgun shell to see what would fit in there. And I think this size will fit. I just want the bottles though, Then I could be that badass walking the con floor with hot sauce bandolier,
The shotgun shells.
right? I don't know how else you would do it. Let's see, 3.7 milliliter bottle, glass bottle.
Yeah,
It has to be
yeah.
glass.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's Path of the Pale Rider. Hold on, let me get you that link real quick. Path of the
Thank
Pale
you.
Rider. And this is the link. I just dropped this thing everywhere for you. There you go.
See, these are 4 ml.
And thank you, File 13, for
I
promoting
appreciate
it.
that.
Appreciate
Yeah. Like, I don't know. 4 ml. Let's look here. What size? Yeah, that would fit. These would fit.
Uh-huh.
And I need like a tiny.
Child's play. And Joe, that our boy Joe over there.
Hey, Joe. Yo, Solis. How you doing, man? He's live too right now.
Yes.
Actually. It's Malia, right?
And
yeah, they're
also,
funded.
his cousin also has something popping off. Number 13 of Wonder Kitty and the Improbable Girl is popping off real quick too. So it's all action around here, people. Good stuff everywhere.
Well, this is kind of like the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? Like February, like March, April, May, June, July, August, September. It goes to like October. And so everybody's gearing up right now. So there's a ton of stuff that's live right now. One of the 2 creators that are worth a
You are
Thank you.
one of 2, Laurie. One of 2.
I appreciate that. I work real hard on my stuff, so I appreciate that.
I would just say, File 13, pay more attention to what's going on here in the madness, because we do bring you some serious quality independent creators, man. Really good stuff, man. Chris Brown, everybody, they're popping out killer stuff all the time, man. So, It's what we do.
Yeah.
It's what we do.
This is where we left off, right? We left off with her and this dragon and this green guy.
The green guy.
He's like, he's so funny. What's this guy's name? Remind me what his name is.
I do not know.
It's just Troll.
Yeah, that's Carissa. And yeah, look, like I said, we got a bunch of really good creators.
This one, File 13, this is Worthy Chaos. Redemption. And then I just unboxed her Western series called Devastation. So Carissa does amazing work. She's holy moly it's so far into the series. It's great. Like, you can just get lost. Beautiful art, beautiful colors. She has come, her journey's been incredible. It really has, you know?
Yeah.
Here's the Western. And you know, this is something really cool that she's doing. She has these journal pages. So when you follow along in her Western, there's this leather-bound journal that you can get. And then every issue that comes out, there's a journal page that corresponds to it with, the cryptid that's a part of that story. So really cool. She's got a ton of stuff too. I have so many Worthy Chaos buttons. It's incredible. I could do a whole hat with Worthy Chaos buttons.
Yeah. Quite a few of those. Quite a few.
Right? 3D printed stuff, plushy stuff, pillow plushy stuff, magnets, book. I mean, she has a whole store as well. I mean, she really coins. Gosh. You want it? She's got it. You just got to scroll far enough to find it. Coloring books, original stuff, naked covers. Not necessarily naked. Virgin? Is that what you call them? Virgin when there's no words?
Yes, virgins.
She was like, and are you gonna, she sent, because I, what you call it, dress her covers, right? Mm-hmm. And so like the A cover, the Worthy Chaos Devastation and the little logo, I put those on for her. And she sent me the Wendigo, and I was like, no, I'm not putting letters right over his face. We're not doing it. And then she sent me the girl, and I was like, nope, not doing it. I was like, you can't put letters over these. And you just can't.
And she said they were, she called them something, and I'm like, those are virgin covers.
Virgin covers.
And then somebody said something else, and I was like, well, you know, if they've never had the words on them, that would be more like a naked cover, because a virgin cover is usually released after the cover comes out with the words on it. And then somebody goes, man, that would be really cool if you take the words off and release that as another cover, right? Gotcha. And that's where virgin covers came from. These ones have never been done with the logo on them. So I said, you need to give them a different name. Those are naked. They've never been dressed. You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Levi, is this the Levi you were talking about when we were in Killer Karen recording? Or different Levi?
I only know one Levi. That's my dude right there. I only know one.
Levi, you have to watch this Friday's issue of Killer Karen. You were mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also apologizing in advance. Sorry.
Okay. I just got a new video from Chris.
Yeah. Shouldn't the virgin be first? Yes, the virgin is first, and then of course, yeah, I get it. Show the video. I could also show the other video. Oh, I should upload
He just sent me this one. This is the one he's been working on.
Yeah.
Right?
I saw it this morning too.
This is the latest version. He wants us to look at it and see what we think.
Cool.
I'm glad Levi's here too. I want his opinion as well.
Snazzy.
I like it better. It's stretched out more. It's not, not quite as flashy. I know that's what Levi said the other day. Is like, man, that'll trigger my seizure
Yeah.
impulse or whatever. And it's like, man, we can't have that. So
No.
I like that one. What do you think, Levi? Give us the word, man.
Can I show the other commercial that we made?
The what?
The commercial.
This one I just loaded for you.
Oh, did you put it in there? And I put it in there too?
Up at the top.
Yeah, no, I'm putting it in there too. we were thinking the same thing. Yeah, so Killer Karen has been becoming more and more real, which is bizarre because it was a character that we played in Slaughterville as an MP3, our RPG game, right? Not MP3. My brain is fritzing out. And it's like the longer she's around and hosting this show, the more real things happen.
Right.
So now there is a Needlemeyer Mayo commercial. Can't talk today. Here we go. What the heck is this? Dante, that's so bizarre. I love how he says hi to me, H-I-G-H.
He's trying to influence you.
He's trying to influence me. Is that it?
Yeah.
He's like, hi, Laurie.
Chris, Levi said that one's better. Roll with it. Good to go.
Yeah.
And you have a guest backstage.
Hey, Rich is here, everybody. Here. Now you can stop listening to me promote Path of the Pale Rider for hours.
Bring him in. Let me say hi.
Hey,
what's up, Rich?
Hey, guys. Hey, Pops. How are you, man? I didn't know you were going to be on the show.
It's my network. I pop in every now and then.
Man, I've known you on social media for like 4 years, and I had no idea, man. Oh, wow. I love your posts every day, bro.
I'm not sure about that. But
You're so, I don't know, man. You just provide this really cool insight about comics. You ask questions that, I don't think about. And then when you ask them, I'm like, huh, that's a thinker. I like that.
Yeah, I do that to her. I do that to her all the time. She's good practice.
Yeah.
She's good practice for that kind of stuff. I love books that make you think. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love a thinking man's writer, somebody that has layers. You have to peel it back. Sometimes you have to go back 3-4 pages and read that again.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man.
I love those kind of writers, and man, I'm surrounded by them. It's wonderful.
That's great.
I'm gonna let you guys do your thing though now. Rich, I have a bunch of other shows we can bring you out on.
Man, anytime, my friend. I will be happy to come on. You just let me know.
Yeah, anytime. Just hit me up. How much time's left in this one?
Probably like 30 seconds because I was so confused on time zones.
No, you have a campaign. You have a campaign that's live?
It's going live on April 25th for my
Yeah,
next
okay.
Angel.
We will definitely get you out to do some pre-shouts about that.
Right on. I appreciate that, man.
Have a
I
good
found
show,
your one
Laurie.
for Reign of
Rich, good to
Dracula.
see you. And
Okay, bye.
kill it. Go kill it.
Okay, bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're gonna have a Karen moment, and I'm just gonna boot him off the show. Hi, welcome to the show, Rich. Lovely to meet you. I swear that was not AI, Lou. I actually went and found I think it's Hellman's commercials, and I just photoshopped Needle Myers over it. So
My fingers are totally AI though. See how?
oh
how
yeah,
they look?
you need a few extra, and then you could have like
Oh,
the,
here we go.
you
Now.
know, there's a thing like there's an extra finger.
Uh-huh.
Like you can just buy one off of Amazon where it's just an extra finger, so you
Oh,
can
no
take
way.
pictures and mess with people. Like I'm AI now.
That's awesome. I'll have to get one of those just to
Oh,
troll.
that'd be funny. So, like I said, it's lovely to meet you. I love having new people on the show because it broadens my, community as well. And do I have to? I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't AI. Oh my gosh. I'll have to go look. Yeah, new stretch goal. I'll send you all an extra finger. No, I won't. No, we're not doing that.
Where we can like join the Yakuza, where you got to slice one off and give it to somebody.
We'll send you an undead finger. That would be funny.
That would be. Maybe I'll write about that one day.
If I can fit. Oh, I bet you I could figure that out.
You can get that into a book.
Challenge accepted. We'll figure that out. So, Rich, usually when we start the show, I have you tell me your origin story, how you got into writing, how you got into comics, ultimately what pushed you to do this for yourself. Can you give us a condensed version?
Yeah. So my background comes from film and theater. I was a playwright and a screenwriter for a long time. I owned a theater, produced over 100 plays in 8 years, which was really cool. We helped a lot of people in southeastern North Carolina get their works produced for the first time. And I wrote a script for a play that we called at the time Dracula Reimagined. And it was pretty good. And my friend Tony Todd, Candyman, who recently passed, he got to see the show, and afterwards he pulled me aside and says, "Rich, you got to do something with this. You can't just let it go." So originally I was going to make it into a screenplay. Budgetary things, all that stuff happened. So couldn't afford to do a film, but we decided we could do a comic book. So I got into some contact with Georges Genti and some other comic book friends that I have, and they kind of helped me along the way. And then Cult of Dracula was made. My first book was a top 50 best-selling comic of 2021. And here I am working on now my fifth comic book series, Angel Hunter, which is going to go to Kickstarter. My first time I'm ever taking a book myself to Kickstarter. My publisher actually done it for me, so I have no idea what I'm doing.
Joy, welcome to the party.
No
when you
kidding.
start your first campaign, it's always that way. Like I have no idea what I'm doing, but you will figure it out.
God, I hope so.
You will. And I mean, like, there's the community here. There's a ton of us that are running campaigns and have been running campaigns. So if you ever have any questions, there's a ton of people you can reach out to and just ask. That's one thing that I love about the indie comic book community. There's always someone who has done it.
Yeah.
And so if you find that person, a lot of times they're very free with that information and just can help you.
I love that about the comics community in general. It seemed like there's a few of us who are kind of jerks and self-centered, but there's few of us. Well, I mean, we're creators, so we're in that community. Even if they are jerks and we want to kick them out, we can't. But no, by and large, I discovered that this is a community that wants to help other people succeed. I had artists, writers, and publishers who never should have, they had no reason to give me the time of day. And they sat down and not only gave me their time, but gave me their wisdom and their insight and really helped me along. And I wouldn't be here today without them. So I love this community. And, I appreciate you letting me know about that, about the indie Kickstarter community, because this is totally virgin territory for me. Yeah.
Do you have a pre-launch link set up?
That is being created this week.
Gotcha.
We contracted with a company because I kind of got overwhelmed creating the page and all that stuff. So we contracted with a company to kind of do that for us.
Gotcha.
And then my skills are not in graphic design. My skills are in writing and selling stuff. So I had to get some. Thankfully, I'm wise enough to know when I can't do something. So I got help.
Right. And I mean, people say that all the time where, even like I'm a writer and people are like, why don't you just draw it yourself? If you dedicate the time. And I was like, same reaction.
Yep.
Do you guys want stick figure cowboys? Because that's what it'll end. Because I know if I spent maybe 10 years, but I don't want to wait 10 years. So
Yeah,
that's
right.
when it's like, your own limitations and you bring in someone to help.
Yep.
So that's why there's writers and artists. There's
Yep.
people that are artists that can write, but
Very few.
very few. A lot of
Yeah.
people think they can write. But
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like you bring in someone like us, a writer that can just help the story. It
Mhm.
it makes a big difference. So
Because there's a skill set
your
to
own, yeah, exactly. Everybody has their own skill set. It's okay to get other people involved to do the things because it's either what time
Mhm.
or money.
Oh,
Those are
yeah.
the two commodities that you pay in
Yep.
order to make a project. So either you spend the time to do it yourself or you pay someone else to do it for you. And that's it, guys. That's really it.
How you get it done,
Right. Getting it done is the goal. That's the goal. Do you want to get it done now or do you want to get it done 10 years from now?
Right. Yeah.
Right. This is my Facebook. So please do not message me right now, people, because I hate that. But I wanted to show off. This is your Facebook page for Angel Hunter. So you guys can follow this. This is what Jeff Haas sent me. And this is gorgeous. There's a ton of just beautiful art in here. Look at that.
Yeah, it's Les Garner. He's my artist. I've worked with Les.
Les?
Les
Hey,
Garner.
we love Les.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Les has worked in some capacity. He has worked on every single book I've ever written, either as a cover artist. He came and did backup inks on another book that I did. He's done a ton of covers for me. He did the interiors for Reign of Dracula. And now we're working together on Angel Hunter. And I adore working with Les. His art is so wonderful.
You do know he does a show on the network.
On this network.
Yeah, he does his live stream on, I forget what day it was, but
it's Tuesday at noon on the Madness YouTube channel. Yes.
Yeah.
I know, man.
We love that. Dude.
And his art is it's stunning. Although I did have to fight with Les every single step of the way.
Why?
So Angel Hunter is a seinen manga inspired story.
Okay.
And so I wanted it to have that manga style, that anime style to it. And Les didn't want to do it. He fought me at literally every step of the way. And so what we kind of settled on here was we looked at Berserk, we looked at Battle Angel Alita, we looked at Attack on Titan, and I said, Les, this is manga too. It's not all One Piece and Naruto and Demon Slayer and Pokemon. Yeah. Manga is just like comics. It's a very versatile medium. And so when he finally got it, when I was finally able to communicate it to him in that way, it just boom, and everything.
Now you get Bernie Wrightson manga.
Yeah, that's exactly what we talked about.
Yeah.
He and I both love Bernie. Yep. So yeah, you got it. You nailed it right there.
Yeah. Is this the book Les was drawing that had a four-armed monster?
I believe it is. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
See,
that's one that got you in there.
We do be paying attention to what our people do. It's just like I said, man. It's like some amazing people that are part of this network, man. Once you get on board and you realize how many different solid creatives are involved in this network, you can't walk away.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, I'm out of here. Good stuff. Love it. Les, yeah.
I had there's a weird situation where Pops got banned on Facebook for like 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, it was, who knows? It's the algorithm, right? And so I was helping communicate to the other showrunners from the our X account, which not everybody is a part of Twitter.
Right.
And so like Pops was there and I was saying, you never know why they ban you, right? And so I was talking to Les that way. Les launched Kickstarter. He just showed up in our launch party and I'd never met Les before. So that was my experience with Les. Was
That's
like,
awesome.
hey.
He's a personality,
Yeah.
isn't he? He's like a larger than
Yeah.
life personality. I love him, man.
And then he drew something for you.
I'm hanging on. Yes, I'm hanging on to this naughty and nice for next issue.
Yeah.
Did I
Oh,
send it
nobody
to
gets
you?
to
Pop?
see it.
I sent it to you, right? So you saw it.
Yeah. Nobody else
Yeah.
gets to see it though.
Nobody else gets to see it. But again, I'm one of those that like I hang on to stuff until it's the right time to deliver it. So
Right.
it's coming. You guys just can't see it yet. So the Reign of Dracula. I'm gonna put this up here too. Because this Kickstarter was run by Thorny Comics.
Thorny Comics, yeah.
Gotcha. This is you, right?
It is. Yeah.
Just making sure. I'm like putting up campaigns.
Yeah, I'm the writer creator. What I'm most well known for, if people know me at all, is my World of Dracula series. It began with Cult, continued with Rise of Dracula. Reign of Dracula is the finale of this story. I am working on some other things that play in this universe. I really enjoyed writing in this world, and there's a lot of stories that can be told off of it. So I've kind of made it my Dark Tower. The way Stephen King ties everything in, everything ties into Dracula in my books. Even in my last book, Prometheus in Chains, which the trade paperback just came out at the end of December. You can find it anywhere Simon & Schuster books are sold, and hopefully at your local comic book store. But I even found a way to tie that into the Dracula world, and I'm working on a way to do it with my new book, Angel Hunter. Haven't quite figured out how we're going to link those two, but I have a few ideas that I'm thinking about in my mind.
Yeah, look at this one, you guys. Super cool.
Bella Raglan did that. It's beautiful.
Gosh, this would be super cool and like glow in the dark too.
Oh, wouldn't it? Oh, wow. I never thought of that. Yes, it would.
You could totally do that. Glow in the dark covers. There's metal glow in the dark covers, Rich.
Oh, wow. That's Rob Rettano.
I'm a muse. I will help you discover merch you never knew. Like, I love this one too. This is gorgeous.
Brian Silverbacks.
I want this on a like canvas
Silverbacks
on my wall.
I've seen him forever, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude, man. I like him, man. Brilliantly talented artist. And prior to working with me, he said I can't draw women very well. And he did another cover for Rise of Dracula. And I'm like, dude, look at this. It's stunning.
Yeah, it is.
And now look at this one for Reign of Dracula. I'm like, dude, man, he's got some really cool David Mack influences. This was my favorite variant cover out of all of them.
I really think this would look great. Like you could print this on canvas and then have it stretched so it could be like on your wall. And then you could even paint over it, like add some stuff to it. Cool.
He's actually one of the very few people on Earth that have a Pops original.
Really?
He might have threw it away. Who knows? But
he's like trash.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Make sure you. By the way, make sure you collect the heads.
Like old home week.
Yeah, right.
Talking to Rich and going through it's like old home week. I'm seeing all these people I haven't seen.
That's Sean.
I love this.
Sean's a wonderful artist. I ran into him at New York Comic Con, and he does. What I love about him is all of his art is dealing with mental health issues. So he's personifying it and bringing attention to it. And that's something that's very important to me as a man who suffers with PTSD. In fact, my last book, Prometheus in Chains, it's all about Victor Frankenstein dealing with post-traumatic stress disorder. So really enjoyed working with Sean, and I adore this piece of art. It made a gorgeous cover.
Yikes. This looks like this could exist in my world.
Yep. That's Tyler Haddix. And so what I loved about it, we talked about Dolly and Francis Bacon, some of our favorite artists.
That's gorgeous.
And being as it's Prometheus in Chains, takes place in a post World War II atomic age, but kind of an adjacent universe to it. So there's a lot. This means a lot to the book with the mushroom cloud and all of that, and the bodies. If you read Prometheus in Chains, you'll totally get the cover.
Nice. I was like, that is a mushroom cloud with angel wings in one of the rings.
Yep, sure is.
This blacklight poster, yeah. Doesn't Doc do like a black glow in the dark tapestry or something like that?
I actually have one of those on the wall behind me. The Crown Wizard.
That would be cool too.
There's somebody in New York that makes blacklight tapestries out of killer art because they did a beautiful job on art. What I mean? It's like, so I'll see if I can find out who that is.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, look at this gorgeous 2-page spread, everybody. That's amazing.
Yeah, Les made it look like that wheel was coming on. And that's what I told him.
Right off the page.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know how you're going to do this, but I want it to look like the wheel is coming right off the page at the reader. And he nailed it. As always, he nailed it.
Yeah. Man, look at this. This is gorgeous. So, okay, I have tons of questions for you.
Okay.
Because it sounds like that you do a ton of writing with those classic monsters. So Dracula, Frankenstein, you do anything with werewolves, or like what draws you to those classic monsters?
So when I was a kid, I came into these classic monsters really in the Hammer films era. The Universal stuff was still, it was old by the time I was watching horror. I still enjoy it, and I've always enjoyed reading Victorian horror. I think the two golden ages of horror are the Victorian era and the 70s slasher era of horror. I think those are there are no better time periods for horror than those right there. The gore porn era with Eli Roth in the early 2000s, it's pretty close. There's some really good stuff coming out of that, but those two have always attracted me. And I used to, there was this like little television station out of Nashville, Tennessee. And on Friday nights, they'd show these, Hammer B-movie horrors. And I would sneak and stay. My dad knew I was awake, but I thought I would sneak to do it. And I'd go in there and, I'd get my popcorn, I'd sit on the floor and I'd watch those Hammer films. And Dracula just has always resonated with me. And so I enjoy playing in that world, using those characters. But the one thing I've never wanted to do, and I like with Dracula, for example, when I was writing Cult of Dracula, I knew one thing for certain. I did not want to write another story about a pasty Eastern European dude wearing a tuxedo with a widow's peak who comes to Victorian London. There is nothing to be done with that story. It has been reproduced more than any other story on the planet. There's nothing more to do with it. It's been done very well by other people. So I knew I didn't want to do that. So I wanted to spin the vampire narrative. I wanted to take Stoker's elements of the things that made Dracula, the themes, the characters, the motifs. I wanted to use those, but I wanted to use them in a new way. So I brought Dracula into a Manson family inspired cult.
Interesting. Because that was my question. Is okay, then what did you do different?
Yeah.
So he's in a cult. Is the head up the cult, and the cult
yes. Okay. So, and we spun it a little bit more. In my world, Dracula is female, and it's not one person. It's more like a title that's passed down throughout history. So all the scary, outcast, dark women that we tell spooky stories about, La Llorona, Baba Yaga, the Cherokee Deer woman, those were all Dracula, just interpreted differently by the cultures who observed her. So when we come into Cult of Dracula, first thing we do is Mina Murray, Jonathan Harker, and Abraham Van Helsing are a documentary film crew. They've come to interview Robert Renfield, who is the Manson character. He's like the face of the cult. And as it spins through, we find out, the cult worships an ancient blood goddess. And then we really get into the mythology of vampires. One important fact there about the gender switch. When I was doing my research, I found that our Western culture is one of the very few that has male vampires. In most
Really?
cultures, in most cultures, they're female. It goes all the way back to the myths about the succubi.
Mhm.
And so, in most cultures, vampires are female. So it made perfect sense for me to make that transition. And Stoker originally intended, it's arguable if he intended for Dracula to be a woman or not, but he was very inspired by the Irish folk tale or short story of Carmilla. What I did is not unprecedented.
And see, I can already tell that you and I could be friends, Rich, because you've done your research on the history of vampirism, how it's moved through like entertainment, books, movies, cartoons, you know what I mean, video games, because it's one of those genres that's been around for so long and has evolved with us. And so that's the kind of stuff that I want to read. I want to read stuff where that person has spent the time to learn the history so they can touch on all the things and yet still do something different. And that's what I strive to do. Hey, zombie, nice to see you. It's all right. It's good. You're here now. That's right. That's all that matters. I heard Dracula and he had to come in. That's right. You answered to Dracula?
I like that. That's a good one.
She's one of my besties, and she always has something funny to say.
I like her already.
Yeah, right? See, she's easy
I think
to
she
like.
and I could be buds.
Mm-hmm. So, okay. So here you are in your journey. You are going to be running your first Kickstarter. Oh my gosh. And what do you think it's going to be like?
It's going to be super easy. People are going to flock to it, and I'm going to make Brandon Sanderson look like a pauper. He made 42 million. I'm going to easily make 84. I mean, that's how it works, right?
Hold on. I think I'm bleeding. Am I bleeding? Ow! Ow! Nose and lips. Okay, ow. Can I? Ow! 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 Wait! Ow! Ow! Please, Mr. Oh!
Yeah, that's more what I expect.
I was like, it's more like this.
Yeah. Well, no, that's what happens to everybody else. I'm special.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I'm special. My mom says I'm special. So
Okay. As long as your mom, good. Mom will show up to your campaign. That's all that
right.
matters.
I know I'm going to sell one copy.
I love it. I love it. It's like, oh man. Yeah, welcome to the emotional roller coaster of the Kickstarter, right?
Happy to be here now. Talk to me again in a couple of months and we'll see where I'm at.
It's a blast. It's a blast. The first day is always a blast. Second day is a blast. After that, question mark until the end. So, okay. So what kind of stuff are you planning to have on the next campaign? Anything we can look forward to?
Well, I hope people look forward to the book. It's called
Right.
Angel Hunter. It's a seinen manga inspired dark fantasy told in the American comic book style.
Okay.
It's about humanity's first strides after being expelled from Eden. And we have to claw out an existence in a world dominated by the 13 fallen angels and an army of kaiju Nephilim.
Sounds terrifying.
I think
Have you ever there's a tabletop game that my husband gets and spends a ton of money on. It's called Kingdom Death Monster.
I have not heard of that one.
You should check it out. It's similar, but not the same, obviously.
Okay.
But you wake up in this nightmare world. You're pretty much naked. I think you have like a towel.
Okay.
Gird your loins and a piece of like, it's like a ceramic mask of a face, and you have a shard of that to protect yourself. And what wakes you up is a giant white lion attacking you. So you have to protect yourself with being nude with this shard of ceramic face.
So you got to be a Spartan warrior there.
Yeah. But it's like the whole world is just full of monsters that you live in.
I like it already.
Yeah, it sounds fun. I've never played it. My husband and I have had this game for years, and I've built some of the minis, but we've never played it because it's so freaking complicated. It's like you have to watch a informational video in order to play it.
So it's a really good game when you got to do that.
I guess we're just not like neither one of us have the attention span to figure it out. So it's
Right.
like, can someone please read the instructions and help us play Kingdom Death Monster? So that would be great. Do you ever think about taking your stories and taking it into a different medium, Rich? Like,
Yeah. And actually, I would love to. Jacob Way, he's with Deepwater Gaming. He brought me into SourcePoint Press for Cult of Dracula, and he and I discussed we've discussed making a tabletop RPG out of my world of Dracula. That's something I would enjoy doing if I could just stop writing the damn comic book script.
No, there's no time for that.
I know, right? It's like I need like 4 of me.
I feel you. You need to wear all the hats. You need to have a clone. You need to create more time out of the space-time continuum. You got to do all the things, sir. How do you manage that? How do you manage your time? Gosh.
What I do is, and this came from Joss Whedon. I know he's not a popular person to talk about, but he did drop a lot of wisdom in his days. But it's all about structuring yourself, which is difficult to do. But I have office hours as a writer. Whether I've got something to write or not, I'm in my office during those hours trying to write something, even if it's just typing over, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. I'm writing something. So if I put myself in the position to write, I find that I am more likely to be able to write. So it's all about that structure for me anyway. That's what works for me is being structured. Because if I don't structure myself, I can be very undisciplined and be like, I want to play, one more hour of Baldur's Gate, just 2 more hours of I'm just going to play Baldur's Gate today.
And not right. Yeah.
Exactly. Discipline, man. It's
discipline. That's the hardest part. I really think it is. Because between writing and they're cluing into your jokes here. I think it's funny. But just, being able to structure your day. And then I always call it triage. I always triage my days where it's like, okay, what needs to be done next? What is most important to get that done? I just put that up there, Pops. Stop it. I want to boot you. Just kidding. I can't boot you. You're booted. But yeah, I think that, and I take that from my martial art background, where it's like finding the time to put into learning the skills or just sitting down and being creative. I think it's hard though. I want to redo my office. I feel like between my kids, my husband, my dog, there's always someone asking me for something.
right.
And so even when I put my headphones in, they stand there and look at me.
You're like, I'm working.
Can you see the headphones? I can't hear you.
And I don't want to hear you. I'm working.
Right. I'm busy. Right. But they don't get that. So what do you switch between your stories? Like, do you ever get writer's block and just get stuck? And then do you switch between, or like what gets you out of that rut?
Yes, you get into that rut all the time.
All the time.
And there's a lot of times what I'll do is one of 2 things. I'll either go to a movie because I absolutely adore being at the movie theater. To me, that's an almost religious experience. I love the smell of the popcorn. I love everything about the movie theater. So a lot of times I'll go to the movies and try to draw inspiration there. And then there's other times, I'll hop in the car. I'll drive. I'm lucky. I live in East Tennessee, so there are beautiful mountains and trees and parks all around. I'll just take a drive and I'll I'll just listen to music, and then I'll find a song that clicks. And then I put that song on repeat and I listen to it, for hours.
Brainstorm. That's awesome.
Like when I was writing Rise of Dracula, I got really stuck and I was writing around. I was listening in an EDM version of ABBA's Dancing Queen came on. And I'm like, And so I started listening to it over and I mean, an EDM version of Dancing Queen. How do
It's
you not love it?
amazing. Yeah.
And so I'm listening to it and I was like, you know what? A roller derby disco in hell. And that's what it inspired me to do. And it
Oh my
became this
gosh.
whole big scene.
I
In
mean,
the book. And
I mean-
that's how it came.
What?
I'm in roller derby disco in hell. I'm
He's
down.
like, shut up and take my money.
It's in issue 3 of Rise of Dracula. You'll love it.
That's amazing. And Levi, this is the problem. So I'm set up in my kitchen and my husband works at home right now. And so he's always canoodling around. My dog is there, and again, when my kids are not at school, they're there. And so I don't get stuff done. So I kind of feel like I got to move my office to somewhere else that's quiet.
Yeah, you got to have your space,
Mhm.
My space was in my basement. I built an office. We had a house fire back in July and it
Oh,
killed my
shoot.
office. Yeah. Candles. Check your candles and make sure there are no recalls on them. Who would think
Recall on a candle? How does that?
Right? Yeah. So there was apparently a defect in the glass. It was a Better Homes and Gardens candle, and they did a recall on it, and the glass would overheat and shatter. Guess what
Shit.
happened? The glass overheated and shattered, and it caught my couch in my office on fire. And luckily, no one got hurt. All I lost was stuff, and a creative space, because now I'm living in my my grandparents' old farmhouse, and it's tiny, so I don't have an office here. But so I'm like you, I'm like set up in my kitchen. But yeah, finding that space that's yours, that can
Mhm.
that you can put your stuff in, things that inspire you. I think that's very important as a creator.
Yeah, I think this is true too. But I'm with Rich, where it's like I'll drive, like I'll be driving to a Comic-Con this weekend, and it's an hour each way. And so I'll just be living in my own thoughts, hopefully not crashing my car because I'm not paying attention. Does that ever happen to you where you're so
Yeah.
caught up in your brainstorm and you're driving, you're like, oh, there goes my exit, or like
Oh God, yeah. And
I've done
thank the universe
No.
for adaptive cruise control.
Dante, I don't need your help, and I don't have a basement, so there's nothing to be done. That's awesome.
You know what? When I get my house restored, brother, come on over and you can help
Yeah. Karen would love to ship Dante to you, Rich.
me.
He's like a cat. If he fits, he sits in a box.
Oh, okay.
Bring it up to Karen Needlemeyer. She'll send it to you. So, how many books? Let's see. How many books have you published at this point?
So a total of 24 issues over 4 volumes. So 4 trade paperbacks are in stores right now.
Holy moly. So when did you start? When were you first published? What year was this?
2021.
Oh my gosh. So that's
Yeah.
a
I'm a little
short.
obsessive. Yeah, when I get going,
Yeah.
I'm pretty obsessive. So
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the way it should be. Live in your world, create your world, and then let everybody else into it and let them read it.
Yep.
And the quicker it is, a lot of people are more likely to get involved because they don't have to wait 6 months between. So
Exactly. Yeah. And it's that staying in front of people, staying relevant.
Right.
It's between Prometheus in Chains and Angel Hunter. This has been the biggest gap that I've had between publishing a new issue. The last issue of Prometheus in Chains hit stores in October of 24. And now Angel Hunter will happen. The book's complete, all the art,
Right.
everything's done. We're just doing the Kickstarter and then sending it off to printer. So April 25th. So that's been the biggest gap I've had in getting a book into stores. And I think it's helped me by getting those books out so consistently.
Mhm.
Because it's kept me on people's minds.
And I think that's important for indie creators. 100%. It's the consistency and the time. So the more consistent you are over a period of time, the longer period of time you can be consistent for. How about that?
Mhm.
Is what generates sales and business, in my opinion. Woohoo! Thank you, Unpilled, who is giving us a shout out. Thank you on X. Appreciate that. I don't have that one pulled up. I didn't check it out this morning. So hello, Pilled. Hello, how are you? This is Rich Davis. He's happy to meet you as well.
Very happy to meet you.
So we have Angel Hunter planned.
Mhm.
What's coming after that?
After that, we'll finish Reign of Dracula. Yeah, so the first two issues were in that Kickstarter. We did a double-sized issue. And so again, it's finished. We're just waiting to launch it out. And so that'll come out. After that, Angel Hunter's been a break. It's my first shot into fantasy. I normally write horror. So after Angel Hunter's complete, I'm already working on volume 2 of Angel Hunter. I see this playing out over 10 volumes. This is my most ambitious story yet. So volume 1 is complete. I'm writing volume 2, 3, 4, and the rest are mapped out.
Define volume. How many pages are we looking at?
We're looking at, I think we've settled that the shortest one is going to be 96 pages. The longest is going to be 120 something.
So 10 volumes of, on average, 100 pages.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going manga style.
You weren't kidding when you were like, it's my most ambitious. That's amazing. Then do we get the omnibus when they're all done?
I hope so.
Yeah.
You got to the Kickstarter when it launches on April 25th, because if this one doesn't make, I don't think I'll be able to convince Les to do the rest of them.
Oh, it'll go, especially because you have a fandom, you have an audience built. Gosh, I wish we had that link. It's coming this week though. So make sure that when you get that link, you share it, especially in the Madness Comic Network on Facebook. That's where everybody is, we kind of touch base. Yeah.
But right now you can go to our Facebook or Instagram page, which is at Angel Hunter Comic, and you'll get all the info on there. We're posting art, posting some time-lapse videos of Les creating the pages, which are really rad. I really enjoy those. And all of our podcast links will go on there too. So it's Angel Hunter Comic on all the socials.
Trying to see if I can just get a link, because I follow this one. Yeah, Angel Hunter. And it's like invite friends, but I don't want to send it to him direct. I just want the link. Is there a link you can drop in
your friends if you'd like? I don't mind.
Well, they would tend to frown upon that if I was just like all,
Yeah, but I mean that's your problem, not mine.
This is true. But again, this is what we're talking about, is this page right here. This one, yes. Angel Hunter. And so there gotta be, just share the link.
It should be. Yeah, there should be a share option, I think.
Well, it says invite friends.
Yeah. Zuckerberg, give us a share option.
Yeah. Do the thing. Because I know how to share groups. I have a group and I have a page. They function way different. You know what I mean?
Oh, very different.
So yeah. Okay. So everybody, you want to find this group Angel Hunter so you can follow along, because things are going to be dropping like this week.
Once we get that pre-launch going, you're going to get sick of seeing this on social media, because again, my skill set is selling things, and so I am ridiculously aggressive about promoting my books. So
I think people are sick of me too, so I get it. I get it. I declare a Rumble war. Okay, go for it, dudes.
I don't know what that is, but I'm ready.
Is it like a thumb war? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. One of those. Yeah. Oh, I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. That's super exciting, man. Are you planning on being anywhere like in person in your area to do like book signings, anything like that?
Yeah. So not this weekend, but the following, I'll be at Conuga in Chattanooga, Tennessee. After that, I think I'm skipping C2E2 this year. After that, I'll be at Heroes Con. Heroes Con, Dragon Con, and New York Comic Con are the 3 big ones that I know are already booked. There's a few more in between that I'm probably going to go to. And this year I am trying to do more local conventions, things in like a 3-4 hour drive radius. Because over the past few years, I've basically only hit the big ones, the Reed Pop and the Fan Expo shows. But now I want to do some more of these smaller cons because I think they give me more of an opportunity to interact with people because, I'm not overshadowed by Todd McFarlane.
Right. I was going to say there's like the pros and cons of big cons and small cons. Big cons, there's a lot more foot traffic. But a lot of times they just cram you in there, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you get a 4-foot table. What am I supposed to do with a 4-foot table? Yeah, and we're like, hi, I'm the right, and it's like you're paying big bucks for these tables. But I love the local cons too, where it's like they give you an 8-foot table, and like you said, you're not battling for the dollars from the people from those big names. Because a lot of times they're like, your stuff is super cool. I really like it. Do you have a business card? Because I just spent all my money to take a picture with Mark Hamill.
Right. Yeah. And then, they take the business card and it goes into their bag and they totally forget about it.
Right. Right.
So, honestly, I don't waste money on business cards.
No.
I do a QR code, like scan this, follow me. Because business cards, they can get expensive. And, you really got to think about that overhead. Every dollar you spend really matters.
Right.
And so I don't think you get a good return on investment for business cards. It's not American Psycho, where we're sitting around. Oh, is that eggshell?
I have seen all the same things that you have, sir. So you're what you're talking about makes me laugh. I love it. My QR code is on the back of my business card. That's
actually smart, man. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I had a hot sauce packet with QR codes that I was handing out one time, but those hot sauce packets are really annoying. So I don't make them unless I really have to.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. So what do you have for people to scan? Is it on your phone? Do you just have like I
usually print like a card, like a postcard size thing, and I'll have it on just right there on my table. Hey, there's the Facebook
link. Yeah, that's the Facebook group, everybody.
Yeah, and you can link off of that to our Instagram as well. I refuse to be on Twitter. I'm sorry.
That's how I met Les Gardner.
Don't worry. I'll put you there. Don't worry. I'll make sure they know you're there. That's my job.
You do the Twitter for me, please.
You're live on Twitter right
Actually,
now.
I was like, we're live on Twitter right now.
Oh no, I gotta go. I can't do this.
Rich puts his little avatar up. He's like, so it's not me. Oh, I didn't even change mine. That's Karen.
That's my avatar. Where did you get that?
That's my alter ego, Karen Needlemeyer. I forgot. Nope, that's not what I'm trying to do. Look, this one. This is the one I usually have. It's me with my comic books, and it looks happy. This other one is the other show that I host. I keep pushing the wrong buttons. So here I am being a Karen. So this is Karen Needlemeyer. She hosts a show called Killer Karen, and it's a intentional dumpster fire is what I like to describe that show as, because Karen hates writers, she hates comics, she hates artists, she hates D&D, she hates, right? She loves mayonnaise and putting people down. And so
I like mayo. Mayo's good.
In fact, when you came on, we were playing the Karen Needlemeyer mayo commercial that we put together.
Can I push a button? Can I push a button, Laurie? Let me show him who Karen really is. Let me show him.
Oh, Lord. Go ahead.
She totally totally wants to speak to your manager.
She will usually ask for your manager, and that's the Karen I'm talking about that will ship you Dante's Inferno. He just wants to live in her basement, and she wants him to live in your basement. So
Right on. As long as he designs my basement and then builds.
Oh, he's good at that. He turned
Okay.
$20 into an amazing basement.
Yeah, you just thought Karen's basement was like bare. It was just a bare basement, and Dante moved in over there, and I don't know, she gave him $20 to go do something, and he turned that $20 into a whole,
There's like a pool table
basement.
down there.
And
Like,
he's
how
got
did you get a pool table with $20?
Pool table and a bathroom down there and
he plumbed
everything
the
now.
bathroom.
Good Lord, what's he doing? Like marketplace, finding the deals, you know?
He is really good with money. I don't know how. I don't know why.
He's just an old stoner. Who knows what he does?
He's just an old stoner, but he's really good with money. I don't know how he does it.
All right, okay, get off the screen. All right, so more questions. So I wanted to know, would you ever venture? That was totally a Karen move, by the way, kicking him off the screen. Would you ever venture outside your horror background? Is there any other genre that calls to you?
I would love to. Angel Hunter again is a fantasy, but it's a dark fantasy, so it's kind of horror.
But it's like Nephilim and
and kaiju and demons and things like that. I would. I'm also a sci-fi fan, so I'd love to write some sort of sci-fi, something Firefly-esque or Battlestar Galactica. Big influences. The Black Hole.
Oh my God. As long as it doesn't have that soundtrack, we're okay.
Definitely no. Definitely not. And I would love to. What else? I'd kind of like to write a romance comedy.
Shut up.
I mean, that'd be fun coming from my twisted mind.
I was gonna say, people are always like, "Would you ever write romance, Laurie?" And I was like, "No, I'd kill everybody at the end."
Yeah, I mean, it could be Basic Instinct type romance.
Is that considered romance?
Well, so you take Basic Instinct and you blend it with 50 Shades of Grey, and then you sprinkle a little Baby Girl on top. That's technically a romance.
I would say sprinkle on some Gone Girl at the end, and then we're good.
I could do that one. Yeah.
Zombie says, "You had me at Firefly." Oh,
you can't take this guy from me.
Oh, such a good series.
Oh, I love it.
I would love to read that. Whatever you just described, sprinkle it, put it all together, mash it up, mix it up, and I'll read that too. Mm-hmm.
It would probably come out something like Stephen Sayek's Sunstone, but with worse art. I mean, Stephen does his art is it's unreal, and if you haven't read Sunstone, I highly recommend. It's one of the best depictions of a lesbian love story I've ever read. I
haven't read that.
Yeah, you should. It's brilliant, and it's very highly regarded in the LGBTQ community. So definitely a good one.
Nice. Well, let's see. We got it's a 2-hour show, but I only got you for an hour, so we got. It's like I have so many more questions for you, Rich. Maybe you should sign up for Killer Karen, and then I can harass you there too.
Oh, I totally will.
Karen loves homoerotic literature. That's her thing. Karen is my nemesis. And so I write Path of the Pill Rider, and she claims it as Path of the Pole Rider.
That could have some different meanings.
Yes. It's homoerotic. It's great. I think at some point I might have to do like just a spoof cover of Path of the Pole Rider on one of my issues, just because it would be so funny. I don't know. We'll have to talk to Gilbert.
It's a great title too.
Wait a minute. Hold on. What? Karen is on the cover.
No.
Path of the Pole Rider.
What, making it rain?
Yeah. Come on.
They love it when you make it rain. They hate it when you make it hail.
They're going to throw money at a Karen cover.
You gonna throw coins? I'm like, ow, that hurts.
They hate it, but they'll
throw money at a Karen cover. They're just going to.
I don't know. I'll think about it. Well, you've been a ton of fun, and like I said, I would love to have you come back on another show so I could ask you like some more questions.
Sure, yeah.
We'll have
And next,
fun
I'll get
on.
the time zone right.
Oh, it's okay.
It's
It
so
happens.
confusing.
We can
Yeah,
blame Jeff. No, I'm
it's
just
Jeff's fault. Darn it, Jeff, do better, man.
just teasing. I love Jeff. I hired Jeff as a publicist the first time I ran my first Kickstarter, and I
Great dude.
swear to God, if it wasn't for Jeff, I would not have been successful because I had no idea what I was getting myself into. So,
Yeah,
just
Jeff's
wanna
good dude,
say,
man. I really enjoy working with him.
yeah, he's a great guy. And if you guys ever need help promoting your stuff, promoting your project, getting on podcasts, what else does he do? He does so much. He'll post for you on social media.
Yep.
He does a press kit for you. Like he does the whole thing. And
Yeah,
so
Jeff
he's
cracks
great.
me up, though. Jeff cracks me up. He'll send me a message. Hey, man, can Laurie come on your show? And I'll be like, Laurie knows me. She can ask me herself. You know?
What, back when I was the first time?
Well, I mean, everybody, right? There's so
Oh,
many times that he's hit me up and go, hey, man, can so-and-so be on the show? And I'm like, they know me. They
I
can
know.
ask.
But we pay Jeff to do it for us. You don't have to think.
I
That's
know.
again, that's like what we were talking about, right? Either time or money. And if you don't have the time, you got the money to pay Jeff. Jeff will do it for you. So that's the point of having Jeff do it. Or you got to get on the line and you got to contact everybody. I know a ton of podcasters, so I just booked myself.
For me, it was just funny because every time it was somebody I knew.
That's funny.
And
Yeah.
it was like, come on, man, send me some people I never heard of, bro. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. And that was why I was so excited to have you on the show today. I was like, ooh, I haven't met Rich before.
Yeah.
Fresh
I was
meat.
going to say, Rich, if you're available like tomorrow at noon, pop in. I'll send you a link. Pop into the Comic Artist Hour. Say hi to Les. Hang out for a bit.
Yeah, man. You know what? I'll talk to. I've got one scheduled tomorrow. Jeff's got me booked on, but I'm not sure what time. So I think it's 6:30 at night. So I think noon would work. At noon
you go.
Eastern or Central.
Noon Eastern, yeah.
Okay, right on. I can probably do that, man. Let me confirm
We'll
it.
surprise him if he isn't watching.
That would
He's
be
probably
hilarious.
watching.
You just
He's
be
probably
like,
already
we have a
messaging
guest
me
today.
right now.
You just, bah, it's me. Hi, Les.
Yeah. We've done it lots of times. That's how we do it. It's promotion and networking on
Absolutely.
steroids. Later.
And supporting each other, and that's what it's all about.
Lou, this gives me an image of Karen just like fast pitched throwing coins.
A
At
roll of
somebody.
quarters. Karen would throw a
Roll of quarters. Jesus.
Yeah, she'll make it hail.
She'll knock you out. Thank you, Grey Wolf. We appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys could share this group, this would help out Rich. This is where you can follow. He'll have more information coming this week and then into spring. Sounds like he's done some amazing work, and I can't wait to start reading his work. I'm gonna end up in Les's inbox, I'm sure. Like, Les, you didn't tell me you did this.
Right?
I
What's
know
up,
he
Les?
didn't tell me either. See,
I know. What's up with that?
Les has a whole bunch of. He has his fingers in a lot of pie. He's reminding me of Mike Barron anymore. So
Right.
every time I turn around, I'm getting slapped with Les.
Mm.
Les is more, people. Les is more.
Les and Rich. Les is
Rich,
more.
I did send you.
You gotta
I
come up
sent
with
you a
something.
link to the Madness Facebook group so you can join. Drop a link at least once a day. Promote thyself. That's what the group's for.
Definitely, man. I'll absolutely do that. Thank you so much.
And just a reminder, we are 2 backers away. 2 backers away. That's the wrong link. Dang it. My link's in here somewhere. It's all the way at the top. Here it is. 2 backers away from unlocking the next poker card. And then we're going to continue. We got 10 days left on Path of the Pale Rider issues 1 through 6. I'm going to unlock those scratch and sniff stickers. Yes, Rich. We have a zombie flesh scratch and sniff sticker.
Ugh, I don't want to do that.
I know everybody. They're curious. They're curious.
Yeah. I'm immediately thinking of Garbage Pail Kids.
Very similar. Well, I'll show you real quick. I found a place, and I've been sitting on this for a while because I didn't want anybody else to beat me to it.
Right.
But I found a place that will scentify stickers. They print them and they will centify them. And so they had a whole list of like 150 scents to pick from. And now we have this character who's a drunk, and he's in issue 6. So Dwayne Fink is drinking beer. It's going to smell like beer. We have hot sauce. And so we have a barbecue sauce scented sticker. And of course, we wouldn't be Path of the Pill Rider without a zombie flesh one. So I'm going to put those in plastic bags, though, so your comic doesn't retain the stench of that.
That's a good idea.
It's a good idea, right?
Yeah, I like that idea.
Of it not smelling like death, or just
yeah, not smelling like every time I open the comic, I don't want to.
I mean, it would be appropriate because issue 6, we got a lot of undead people in there, so it could be a thing. I don't know.
It's the experience, so you get the smell, and you get your really rad soundtrack that goes along with it.
Yes. Ooh, we should do that. We need like a playlist. You ever do that? You ever put together like a playlist that people can listen to while they read?
I've thought about doing that. I really, really should.
Yeah.
Because music is such a huge influence when I'm writing. I don't know. I'm lazy and I haven't done that part yet.
It's just more stuff, more hats, and more time. I feel you, sir. But thank you again for coming on the show. I know we're going to talk some more. I feel like we bonded over nerd culture because I like all the same things that you brought up. So we will continue to talk. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to have more guests next week. If you are interested in being on the Tuesday Morning Brew, please book ahead. I am booked out all the way until July, so make sure you grab a spot. Plan ahead for your next campaign. Be awesome to each other. Kiss your babies, and we will see you all next time. Bye. I don't have